for all who participate to contribute towards ending poverty, protecting the planet, and ensuring prosperity for all using technology. Now, this competition will promote the advancement of mixed mode solutions, which comprise of both hardware and software alike, while encouraging creativity and entrepreneurship among young developers like you. Winners will stand a chance to win a travel package. Listen to this, a travel package to visit Communic Asia 2017. From when to when? 23rd to 25th May. Very close. At Marina Bay Sands, Singapore. So get ready. This is going to be the finals of Inspire Sri Lanka. Now, we have a very eminent panel of judges who will be judging 5 teams that are taking part in the finals. Is it 5? Yes, we have 5 teams taking part in the finals. And now it's my privilege to introduce our panel of judges to you, ladies and gentlemen, in the audience. Right, let's see who the judges are. Well, we have Mr. Arjuna Senabiratna is present at a director at Strategic Enterprise Management Agency, is working on the sustainability initiatives of the Presidential Secretariat, including the Toxin-Free Nation Program and the Sahasara Program. He's also the founder member of the National Consumer Network of Sri Lanka. He is a holistic thinker, a strategist, a researcher, evaluator, policy planner, activist, development practitioner, educationist, techno-creative, artist, writer, media person, and a spiritualist, and brings to bear his skills in anthropology, mathematics, IT, natural resource management, and music and creative writing to the project of development. He's one of the few who has worked at the highest level in public, private, civil, academic, media, and aesthetic sectors in Sri Lanka. Currently, the Director, Strategic Enterprise Management Agency, Sri Lanka, Mr. Arjuna Senabiratna. If you may rise from your seat and be recognized by the audience. Come on, put your hands together. That's our first judge. Well, next we have Sri Lanka's most recognized and highest awarded innovator. He has already won 3 gold medals and a silver medal at the Innovators Competition staged in Geneva, Switzerland. He started his career in 1990 by winning the National Inventors title and won the title again in 2012. He is currently working as a consultant to CIC Precision Agriculture and runs his own research firm in India. Inventor, Senior Research Scientist Consultant, CIC Precision Agriculture, Manju Gunawardana. And the next judge, involved in unmanned aerial vehicle research, mainly on fixed-wing small airframes and quadrators, trying to develop autonomous functions required for optimal mission accomplishment. His main areas of teaching are robotics and control systems. He enjoys night sky observations using telescopes, which makes him appreciate the speciality of the earth and the life it fosters. He is a nature lover and a nature photographer too. He is keen on applying his expertise in areas such as human-elephant conflict, energy saving, and disaster management. The head of the Department of Electronic and Telecommunication Engineering of the University of Moratuwa, Professor Rohan Munasinghe. This gentleman is part of the Information and Communication Technology Agency of Sri Lanka, ICTA, at which he has made unlimited contributions towards its success. Well, he was the country business manager for Intel Sri Lanka for a span of 15 long years. Apart from these core responsibilities, he also manages relationships with the Sri Lankan government and the relevant authorities. The senior consultant, ICT Agency of Sri Lanka, Indika D'Souza. And finally, but not the least, is a business coach and entrepreneur involved with several startups and initiatives. Formerly, he headed private sector program at ICTA. Business coach and entrepreneur, Mr. Fayaz Huda. So there you go. you got to know the judges for the finals of Inspire Sri Lanka. And now we are going to invite team by team. Now, quickly, we'd like to bring to the kind notice of the teams. You have 12 minutes. When you finish 12 minutes, there'll be a buzzer. And you need to stop. After 12 minutes, judges will get 8 minutes to have a Q&A with the teams. And after 8 minutes, the buzzer will sound and we stop. Okay? So that means a team gets, all in all, 20 minutes. Ready? So we have 5 teams taking part. And let's find out whether they are in the audience. Do we have Datacon? Are you there? Hello, Datacon. Inna? Yes, they're here. Come on, put your hands together for Datacon. They're backstage. Do we have hustlers? Where are you, hustlers? Energy, energy, we need energy. Where are you? Then we have a team called... how do you pronounce that name? Versions. Versians. Versians, where are you? Okay, they're there. Then we have agro inventors. You know the agro inventors. Agro inventors, they should be around. Maybe they're still inventing something over there. Then also we have neuron labs. Neuron labs are there. So could you please put your hands together for the 5 finalist teams out of the many shortlistings done. And at the semi-finals, there had been 18 and shortlisted to 5. And this is the grand finals of Inspire Sri Lanka. Good luck, teams. And we are now going to invite, obviously, the team that's ready over here. Put your hands together for Datacon. Welcome, Datacon, on stage.
Good evening, everyone. So we are Team Datacon. Datacon is a startup that builds industrial IoT in Sri Lanka for water and wastewater industries. So today we are here to present our newest solution that we call Plexa, the online water network, taking the natural water network and putting it online. So 3 questions. What do we mean by that? Why do we do it? How do we do it? So as we all know, Sri Lanka is blessed with a lot of natural water resources that we sometimes take for granted. So managing these water resources properly is a way to sustain it to the future. So that's why we say, manage water, protect water. So when we take the natural water network, we see 2 main challenges. First is the pollution caused by human activities, which are industrial effluents and sewage, livestock and agriculture, and solid waste disposal, which we have talked about a lot during the last few months. So, and again, natural disasters, droughts and floods. These can disrupt the balance of the natural water network. So, the problem that we are addressing here is that we seem to react to the results of these challenges after a major scale pollution or a destruction happens. Why can't we see this before a major scale pollution happens so that we can cut the cost, the energy, the time that we spend on solving these problems? Why can't we see the trends? So this is why we ask, why can't we see it before our rivers look like that? Why can't we see before our aquatic life looks like that? Why can't we see before our people end up in hospitals due to diseases caused by water and not spend more on healthcare? And also, why can't we see before the water resources around our industries look like that? And also, why can the government see when they form the development strategies, how can they plan to save the water resources around the industries? And also during emergency strategies, can we get the nearest, cleanest water to the people affected? So these are the problems that we are addressing. And this is how we address the sustainability, United Nations sustainability goals of clean water and sanitation and life below water. I would like to invite Utum to talk more on Plexa.
Yeah. Thank you, Miranta. So how we're going to start this is, we are going to select critical locations. We have selected 3 critical locations. The first one is places where industrial effluences are deployed. And the second one is reservoirs which provide water to the villages. And the third location is places where pumping stations are which provide water to the water network. So in these 3 locations, we are going to check 3 parameters. The first one is the quality of water. The second one is the quantity of water. And the third one is the performance of the distribution system. So we'll go to the next slide and see how we're going to do this. So we have 2 main parts. The first one is the software platform, and the second one is first one is the hardware platform, and the second one is the software platform. So these are the products we have. These are the readings we are going to get: pH, dissolved oxygen, conductivity. Those are the readings we are going to get to check whether the water quality is good or not. So all these products, all these devices will be installed at the location along with the sensors. The data collected from the sensors to our system will be transmitted to a cloud platform that we have developed. And in here, you can see the cloud platform we have developed. We have locations. You can select the locations and go to the locations and see whether the water is good or bad, whatever. And the overall water quality. Region-wise, overall quality, everything can be displayed here. And the analytics part, there's an analytics part where the inputs will be analyzed and see whether water is going bad in a given amount of time. So if the water is going bad in a period of time, we'll notify the authorities that this water is going bad in this amount of time. So we'll go to the next slide. So this is the demonstration. We have a demonstration of a water level monitoring system with us. So this is the receiving system. This is the sending system. And when I switch on the level 1, as you can see in my mobile also, the level 1 comes up. It takes about 3 seconds to come. Yeah. And in the system also, it notifies. And the website also, you can see, you can select the location. And when we go to the, when we switch on the next 4 levels also in this unit, you can see the levels, 4 levels comes up, and I get a SMS notification. In our software platform, there's a map. You can select the location wherever you want. And I got the SMS. You can go and click the location. And this is one location we have selected: pH, DO, conductivity, and turbidity. All these readings are real time. And you can get the overall water quality and the water levels at the location. And when you go to the pump station page, you can see where the pumps are working, what are the flow rates, what are the pressures, what are the levels of water that is available. And back to Miranta.
So looking at the business traction that we had as a startup during the last few months, we've been able to deploy water management and wastewater management systems for a number of companies. And also we are working in wastewater treatment plants, monitoring wastewater treatment plants at the moment. And also we are initiating projects with the National Water Board for water level monitoring in areas like Ambilipitia. So this formed the background and the experience we wanted for a solution like Plexa. And also looking forward, I think there's a huge potential for a solution like this, especially for governing bodies and organizations like United Nations and NGOs, where they can form the development programs by clearly identifying what are the areas in need. And also after deploying those programs to clearly see the results, with real-time data and with real data. So, and also emergency strategies. This will play a main role. So, as a final thought, we all know water is the vital thing for our existence. So we are trying to use the technology of today to save these water resources to the future generations so that they can be happier. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Datacon. Thank you very much. Come on, put your hands together for Team Datacon. And we're now going to give a couple of moments for our judges to interact with the team.
Excellent presentation.
Thank you.
I think a little more advanced than when I saw you last time.
Yeah.
So still your primary customer remains the government.
Yeah, for a solution like this, it will be a governing body. But at the moment, the projects that we have deployed are for private companies.
Have you done like so I'll ask from a business angle because we've got people on the technical side.
Yeah.
So in terms of a market size, market value, is there some number that you have come up with?
Not an exact number, but at the moment, the projects that we have done has been with the hotel industry of Sri Lanka. So the water facilities related to the hotel industry.
Nice presentation. Thank you very much. His thought came to my mind. Now, when it comes to water, when it comes to the quality aspect of water, we have a paramount problem in front of us. I propose you to think about the emerging contaminants and the new age chemical contaminants and related areas when it comes to water quality management. pH, dissolved oxygen, TDS might not be enough for us to decide whether this water is good or bad. That's number one. Number two, if you can have mission-specific setups, like when it comes to North Central province in this country, we know the problem, hardness and fluoride. So if you have fluoride-specific devices or hardness-specific devices into these, defined areas, then your business will be much widespread and critical for a country like ours because we have a very vast water quality diversification. So it is important to think in that aspect. Quality is not only that particular 4-5 aspects in current situations. Think about it. Thank you. It's a nice presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah. Add to the one point what Fayaz mentioned about the business proposition, like say you're looking at growing it, it's critical that you have those forecasts done. Now say if you're putting in a hotel, what will be the cost for that? What will be your bottom line? How do you take it forward? Because at a point you need investment coming in, and how do you take it forward? Like, say for even if Sri Lankan government takes it or you want to go to a neighboring country, you need to look at on a size of that scale or a city or western province, what exactly the opportunity and what will be the cost required and what the business model is going to be. I think that is a very vital key. How good the product can be, if you don't have a strategy of go-to-market plus the financials, it will be very difficult to take out the market. So that I think you should have a good grip on that. I think technically, if I can see, it's a sound, and you did an excellent presentation. Your pitching is excellent. So get that pieces also tied up.
Thank you.
You mentioned about quality and quantity of water, right?
Yeah.
So how do you tackle that quantity problem is first thing I want to know about. And the second thing is the scalability. You can have few sensors and remotely monitor it. That's not very difficult. But if you think of the whole system, right, you need to have number of sensors. Let's say a river stream. Water is different from one place to another. 100 meters away, it can be very different situation. Yeah. So then, how can you improve this system to something which will give us the correct information and the overall assessment of the water system?
So with regard to the quantity of water, we monitor that by the water levels and also the flow rates.
No,
Yeah.
it's the quantity, because
Yeah.
if it is a small pocket of water which is contaminated, it's no big issue, right? But it's
Yeah.
a large scale, widespread contamination. If it is a small thing, we need to know early as possible. So that's the point.
So what our concern has been are the areas that we identify where say a village pumps water from. So we concern that location to monitor the water level and the mainly the water level of that area of that resource that pumps the water to the that given village. So that's where we mentioned we are identifying critical locations along the water system. And the second question was
It's the scalability.
yeah.
Scalability, yeah.
So our hardware can process this data at the node, and we feed those data individually by each hardware unit. We feed that data to our cloud system. So the scalability is unlimited.
Okay, good enough.
Viranta, this is not to do with the technology. I think the technology is good, and the way it has been used to solve a problem is also excellent. My question goes to the point that you call this an online water network. And when you look at something like that, that is a very large thing. This has two aspects to it. One is the quality of water pollution aspect. On the other side, we're looking at the use of water and the efficient use of water and water wastage. That does not get addressed by this. So could you tell me like how this network, this online water network, can be called a network per se, a network proper, in terms of that metric?
Well, if we identify those critical locations along the network, and we can we can see the trends at first in water quality in that particular areas, and also with the consumption, we can monitor. See, we can get an average value of water consumption for an area, and if there's an increase, we can clearly see that it's due to a higher consumption or else a wastage. So I think with that regard, we can address
Your
it.
system can monitor that?
Because we can monitor the flow rates, we can monitor the consumption with the flow rates. So if there's an increase in consumption, there should be an increase in flow rate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. Thank you.
I think the real value of any product is how well you can. I would use the term commercialize, but then in this context, I would say interchangeably use it as adoption, right? So whenever you have a single customer or who has monopolistic power, that makes it very difficult for you to drive adoption or commercialize. So since you're working with the hotel sector and maybe other sectors who use a lot of water, that might be easier entry point where you can sort of get that going. I think for you to really look at, you have scaled this problem about produce this solution to look at water bodies, right, and how the water bodies exist and at what state and so on. But if you look at a commercial interest, keeping aside the public, enterprises or public, like the water board and so on, you might want to see how this type of technology can be adopted to create better profits in a commercial situation for the company, so that adoption is faster. There's no point in having a great piece of technology if nobody's using it. We have a lot of that, right? So that's just a bit of advice in terms of, so next time when we see you, whatever happens today, you'd like to see that you've had 100 customers and they are using this, right? So that's kind of the wish that I have for you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's it.
Judges, is that it? Thank you. Thank you very much. Could you please put your hands together for Team Datacon and their development Plexa, the online water network. Now, could it be them that will be winning number one? Well, you also in the audience have, you can kind of take upon a role to play, because you also can come into your own conclusions and see whether your conclusion matches with the judges, because the judges' decision is going to be final. So we have 4 more teams to go. We're done with Team Datacon, and we're getting ready for the next team. So while the judges and you get ready for the next team, we would like to highlight the fact that these interactions, the presentation of the competing team, and also the interactions they have with the judges is definitely beneficial for not only the team that's taking part in the competition, but for you as well, because we learn a lot. And these are all real life situations. These are not virtual situations that does not exist. Now, these teams have identified real life problems or situations, and these solutions are to address these real life situations. And you seated there, looking at the presentations and looking at what the judges are, interacting with the presenters, I'm sure you also in your minds, in your areas, in your places of work, must be encountering real life situations like this, and you may be kind of thinking as to how I can use my knowledge and IT skills to address whatever problem that you see or encounter. So saying that, we're almost ready for the next team. The Inspire Sri Lanka Grand Finals. Are you ready for the next team? They're ready. If you're ready, please put your hands together for Team Hustlers. Let's hear it for Hustlers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are excited to be here. And also, we are excited to present you our new product, Lawyered. The name itself, we searched for about 3 days to find the best name. Let me explain you what it means. It's lawyered means finding the best facts before presenting someone else and winning the debate. Why we choose this? You will get the answer at the end of this presentation. And the goal we choose for this competition from the UN goals is peace and justice. There are reasons why we choose this goal. First reason, we have the courage which most of us didn't have to present an idea that doesn't have an IoT part into a hackathon like this. But we have the courage, we took the challenge, and that is what Lawyered. Next thing, this goal, peace and justice, we see it is as the base UN goal which is manipulating all the other goals. If we are maintaining a good law, every other single goal we can achieve. The goal of the peace and justice goal is equal justice for everyone. So we are trying to bring that through our app. This is bringing the law for the most common man of the society. I'm saying it again, for the common man, we are bringing the law. For now, it's only for the people who have studied law. So, what is the problem with the current system? We identified 3. Those are unawareness of the law, and problems in understanding law and finding the next step with law. So, first thing, unawareness. Let me ask you all a question. If your driver did an accident, do you have to be in the courtroom? Anybody says yes? Anybody says no? No, I can't see a single hand. Yes, one hand I can see. Only one person knows. Do they have to go? This is the problem. You don't know what to do. Yes, if your driver did the accident, you have to go. That is the law. So, next thing, problems in understanding. The law is written, but in a language that is common for us. But the terms, even some lawyers can't understand. They have to read books which cost thousands just to understand a single term. That's, you can see here, if in the book written like the first picture, what a common man will understand is like the third picture. So the language and terms are confusing people for a common man to understand that. The next thing is finding the next step. Okay, let me say some child abuse happened in a public place. What do you do next? Are you going to publicly say it in a media? Are you going to go to a lawyer? You don't know. We don't even know there's law exists that can maintain a proper way that society won't face a situation like that again. So these are the problems we identified, and this is the solution we are bringing in. So the lawyer, with the UN goal of peace and justice, we are bringing you 3 main values of this system. One is optimal. We researched, and this is the best solution we found so far. Next thing, inclusive. It has everything. It has the law. It has the people who controls the law. It has the people who can maintain law. And it has the knowledge which another system never gave before. And the thing is, it's simple. It's very simple. It's a simple Android app. You don't have to carry a gadget in your pocket just to know the law. And it's free. It's totally free for a common man. So let me take you through the features. First thing is smart filtered laws for the current situation. You are sitting in a restaurant. You don't have to do anything with the laws that applicable in a beach. So what our system does is, it has a contextual understanding. It provides you only the laws that is applicable for your current situation. So you just have to know few laws, and this comes handy in situations where you go abroad. In a country where you do not know what laws you have to know. Like in some countries, even if you spit in the road, you are going to jail. But in our country, I'm not going to talk about that. And it's enabled. That means searching is very easy. As I said, this is for a common man. So we don't need grammar, we don't need language. This can be extendable to all 3 languages in Sri Lanka or any other language in the world. And also, this search happens by key tags. That means keywords. You don't have to type the complete sentence in a grammatical way to just get a law. Next thing, organizations and people who help to preserve the law we have and sustain it to the next generation. There are organizations which provides people free of charge to help them in a situation. But most of us don't know. The person I'm talking here, even I don't know. So, through this system, I'm trying to bring it near to the people who need help. And profiles and rating for third parties. Have you ever been to a court before? How do you find the best lawyer there? No way. The person who come to you first will always perform like the best. So, we are bringing the rating which is based on the service they provided before. Anybody who used this system can rate a lawyer. So this means it's the best rating system ever before. Another thing, as everything else, to sustain this business, we need profit. That's why we are integrating. As you enter to this premise has a special set of rules. But if they print it and post it in a wall, nobody is going to read, because we are excited just to be here. We don't want to read notifications or posters. But if it comes to our phone, we will of course going to read, because we are used to it. So we are bringing that and we are charging a small amount to maintain our business. Let's take a look at our system. Yeah. And this is our system. So let me log in as Ramila, who is a public user, a common man like us. So she's logging in. I'm logging in as her, right? And here are the laws. So as you can see, we have only short descriptions. Only if you need more, you just have to go there and tab it. And if you can see, we maintain the precise format we have in the amendments. And also, we are not putting all the laws, but the sentences. So it's simple. And let me show you the searching way. If you don't even have to complete the sentence word, it will tell you what are the tags available. So let me do the demo and so they have a problem, I think Ramila and Vikum. So Vikum tried to hit her with a bottle. So now she needs help and she have asked someone help. So we are now finding a lawyer. Unfortunately, our lawyer's name is also Vikum. So now the lawyer who is Vikum, not the person who tried to hit hit Ramila with the bottle, another person, he's coming. And now, as you can see, there are two notifications. First one is login notification, that is the rules of this current location. And then second notification is Ramila's case request. So since Vikum is a lawyer, he can take a look at the details which she wrote down and the case which she brought up, and he can accept or dismiss. And next time, when Ramila go into the system, she will get a notification that Vikum has accepted her case. It's simple. It's simple as 2 clicks. And now she just have to get the contact number. And as I said before, to maintain our system, we also charge a small amount only to reveal the contact details. So we have a rating system which users can rate the lawyers. Also, if they want to just find a lawyer who is specialized in an area, they can use the same way to find a lawyer. It's simple as that. And that's all about for now. And let me take you through the business model of our system. Right. As I said before, our target market is huge, but we want to help them. That's why we are doing this. Our target market is whoever the people have an Android smartphone, and another group of our target market is lawyers or people who are in contact with law currently. And the next thing is our business model. We see our value propositions, simplicity. As I said, it just clicks. You are just clicks away from a best lawyer in this country. And next thing is mobility. You don't have to carry a gadget. You just have to have your phone in your pocket. Next thing is availability. As you saw, it's very fast and it's using the Firebase database, and it's real-time database, so you have no delay in the data. The next thing is price. I said it's free. And the next thing is our key partners, non-profit organizations. We are taking them in because we can't summarize a law. We can't explain a law. So we are taking non-profit organizations. We don't charge them. We ask them a favor because they have to help the people. We have to help the people. They will summarize the law for us. And the next thing is government, that is if we are to be so exact, it is Bar Association of Sri Lanka. Next thing is our revenue streams, as I said, from lawyers who are paying and rental from users who add location-specific rules. And our future, because of our system, we have where the laws are broken. And
Sorry, that's all the time we have because at 12, we told you 12 minutes, and we're sorry to have interrupted you, but we now have 8 minutes left for the judges to have any question.
Very laudable area. I'm just curious when you say that, all you need for assistance is to have this on your Android app, right? Generally, people don't walk around expecting to, find trouble.
yeah, true.
Right? So my first question is, how do you drive that initial adoption? How do you get people to initially download the application, have this on? And also I want to just point out, I don't know if you remember, that's my first question, right? Second question is, when, this insurance on the spot, insurance settlement came, after a few months, there was a revolt. The revolt was from the lawyers. They said that, you should not implement this. Then the ability to do this on the spot was repelled. The reason was there was loss of revenue for the lawyers because the settlement happened on the spot and you didn't need to go to courts or whatever thereafter. So this is the challenge. So you have the customer, primary customer, to be the lawyer who pays some money, right, for you to be on your platform. And a lot of these things are made simple. So if you look at the laws, not only in Sri Lanka, I think everywhere in the world, it's written in a way so that laymen don't understand with a reason.
Exactly.
The reason
Precisely
is,
the point.
no, the reason is, if you do understand, then there's nothing to pay for. So in this context, first question is the initial adoption. And the second one, I think, is tied to the third. So maybe you can answer that with together.
Okay, let me answer the second question first. How do we get lawyers into this? What are the value propositions for them? So that they don't come against us. Best thing is, as most of you know, lawyers can't advertise. But we found a loophole that in the law, there's a word called for an extent. So only platform they can advertise now is ours. So they will come for us. So another thing is, if you have ever been to a court, I'm sorry if any lawyers are here. Some lawyers just find people like three-wheel drivers and pay them a small amount of money to get the person who enters the courtroom. So they need customers. And if we are providing a rating system and they can find, lawyers will find it. And I think if they have to pay 1,000 rupees for a three-wheel driver, they can do it with 100 rupees in our system. So they will come to us. The first question, initial adoption. The thing is, people always don't face problems. But if they face one time in lifetime, they will use it again. If you go to the courtroom, you will see how many people are there. The main problem in our country, traffic rules. Hands up who have license and never been to a police station for breaking a law. Just you can count how many people are there. So they all have the need to know the law. And there are traffic rules which we don't even have to pay the fine because of the mistake of that policeman. Like they have to have if they are using in Sri Lankan government law, if they are using a measuring instrument, they have to, like there's a department there where they have to take it and get a certificate that it's working properly. So if they don't have that certificate, most of the policemen don't have, we don't have to pay. They can't fine us for high speed.
This This is the classic case of speeding,
Yeah.
right? And the speed gun that they were using. Talking about the former Chief Justice's situation where he this thing.
Exactly.
But that certificate is not something that the policeman has to produce when he's charging you.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
That's true.
So your charging will happen automatically. That's not something that you can avoid. But subsequently in court, if it is challenged, then they need to produce that this is there. Right? So no, I mean the adoption curve. I'm just the way you presented this, I got the feeling that you are trying to get everybody aware, because I think there's a big vacuum and there are a lot of work that's being done to get people's awareness up on the on what laws are, and how it can legal help, right? I know there is a lot of work that happened at the LawNet, and then there's various programs that happen. So I was trying to see how you are trying to drive that kind of this thing, as opposed to a resolution of a problem. Once you face the problem, you drive. The problem in approaching it that way, at the instance when somebody faces the problem, if he doesn't have the app on the phone, then that means your customer is not there. Right? So then afterwards you have to tell, he's not going to remember to download your app when he's facing a problem. He has to first fix his problem. So then that means somebody else has to tell him or something like that. But then that's not a critical, action process. So that becomes a huge barrier to drive adoption. So they need to have the app before they face the problem, not after they face the problem. So that's where I had this challenge of how you're going to drive this. Anyway, so
I'll add one point to that. Recently, there's an amendment for right for information, and government is launching a website where they're trying to put the laws there. So, if a law is amended in the parliament, we see there's an urge in the society. There's not a big amount. Anything that starts, it starts with 2 people. Like this idea, it started only with 2 people. So I see, not in the near future, this is sustainable goals, right? I want my child to use this app and be a polite person in the society.
I'll give you an answer. You need to speak to the telcos, speak to Mobitel, when they are selling their smartphones, to have it preloaded.
Yeah. Thank you for.
That's a good idea, actually, Faiz. Well, question I have to ask you is, you're going to have competition for this from not from other people, but from other systems. The systems that we are looking at that will compete with the legal system is a system of customs in this country. We have Sirit.
Sorry?
Sirit. Ways in which we deal with problems, right? Second one is blatant thuggery. Third one is the old boy network of corruption.
Okay.
All these three are more cost efficient and cost effective than going to a lawyer. And therefore we default to those. And therefore this becomes the fourth option, the last option, the worst option. This is why, even though people like LawNet and various people tried to make our people educated in the laws, nobody really cared much about it because it was useless. So how would you give usefulness to this in a nation which is semi-feudal in its thinking, old boy network and dictatorial in the way in which it responds to things?
Okay. The point is, whoever try to bribe someone, in my point, has money. Or else they have the ability to do that. When they do that, someone else is facing a problem because of that. I am finding the person who is facing the problem because of someone trying to bribe someone, who don't have the ability to bribe the person who the other person is bribing.
Bribe is actually not it. It's bakshish. It's nice money. Don't worry.
I'm afraid, gentlemen, time is up. And we say a big thank you to Team Hustlers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Well, we had a lawyered experience. Talking of traffic rule violations, this is true story of one of my friends approaching the color lights, and it turns red, but he ignores and goes past the color light, and out of nowhere, out of a bush jumps a traffic policeman, and he stopped. And Ralami asks this guy, "Hey, Mahathyo, ratu light එක දැක්කේ නැද්ද?" Then he says, scratching his head, "රතු light එක නම් දැක්කා, හැබැයි Ralami දැක්කේ නැහැ." Okay, we're getting ready for the third group to make their setup. And this is Inspire Sri Lanka Finals. And how many selfies have we taken today? None? 2. How many selfies? Just this one guy who has taken 2. None of you guys took selfies, can't be. Especially ladies. Now talking of selfies, me කාන්තාවට අමුතු අර selfie එක ගන්නකොට මූණ අමුතු කරන්නේ. Especially ladies. Guys just take it normal. Ladies, any particular reason for that? No particular reason. Indika takes a normal selfie there. All right, you're ready. Well, we'll come to that in a moment. And we have team number 3. And let's find out what they have in store for us. Could you please put your hands together for Berzians, Team Berzians?
Do you smell something bad?
Thank you.
About your future? About your surrounding? Do you know 2.3 million ton bulk of waste are disposed by Sri Lankan community each year? As projected, in 2025, one person dumps 1 kilogram of waste per day to the environment in Sri Lanka, while the urban population grows up to 42.6. Garbage has become a hectic problem to all of us. Recall your memories of the Meetotamulla strategy. How many people screamed because of waste? As a remedy, Sri Lankan government introduced a color-coded dustbins in order to sort out garbage in different forms with different motives. At the end of the day, different local authorities come and collect those garbage, and they utilize these garbage as follows. As per the statistical data, on approximately 10% of that sorted trash are being directed for recycling purposes. It's a huge disaster. And the rest are just landfilling that causes social, ecological, economic, and also many other impacts to the society as well as for the country and also for the global body. For that, ladies and gentlemen, Team Versians proudly presents you Basura, the value to the least expected. Basura, the unique feature of Basura is the reliable integration between networks. We are not selling garbage at any cost. We are selling information about trash. We give in the visibility feature to everyone. And after basic and secondary research, we had found that for glass, paper, e-waste, polythene and plastic, for that categorized trash, there is a big scale of demand. And we have found a good market opportunity to proceed with. Therefore, we segment our market into 3 different sectors. First one is waste to energy companies. In 2015, Central Environmental Authority declared a paper. In that paper, exactly 147 recycling companies and also garbage collecting companies get registered. Therefore, they became our potential customers in our perspective. Rising houses in the Colombo suburban, there are exactly 25 housing schemes or rising houses. Think about the bulk of waste that they are collected in day-to-day life. Think about the market. Therefore, in our context, they become our potential vendors. While last but not at the least, manufacturing companies. In 2015, Central Bank of Sri Lanka has declared that in the industry sector of Sri Lanka, the manufacturing companies comprises of 98.5 proportion. Therefore, manufacturing companies playing a dual role in our context, in our perspective, they became our potential vendor and customer in many ways. What actually we do? The Basura, we provide the customized dustbins, not simple dustbins, but sensor-based smart bins to those who request from us, and through our cloud web platform, we capture the real-time data and we give the visibility property to the users who take an interest of that. The essence of our system, the critical factor that we integrated into our system is the bidding system. Therefore, for all our partners, never mind they are vendors or they are our customers, for every partner, we give and value. Think for one moment, if you get something cash or something value for what you dump, think, wow, what a great kind of idea. Let's hang on with our presentation, demonstration. Over to you, Asanka.
Let's move to the demonstrations. Actually, this customized dustbin have features of getting the locations and the weight of this each of dustbins, and the real-time updates go for the cloud-based system. And also the innovative part of this dustbin is mainly the bidding part, because people motivate for the clean and separated wastage by the bidding. If you put clean dustbins, clean wastage, your ratings will be high. Now let's move for the demonstrations. And you can see the real-time updates going for the cloud-based system. Okay. Actually, as we mentioned before, the main innovative part is the bidding system. If you like to get money from your dustbins, you can add a bidding option. As like this, the bins the user have as displayed this way. If you user want to activate the bidding functions, the bidding function is activated. And also, if another person log into the system, he can view the all kind of the paper wastage as this mentioned, paper, plastic, and glasses. People who like to collect these wastages, they can bid and collect the wastage. And also, if you want to collect the one dustbins, you can get the shortest route by adding the starting destination.
Thank you, Asankar. Basura directly or indirectly addresses 4 sustainable development goals. The first motive of Basura is to build a sustainable and reliable atmosphere around you. And for that, and that impacts makes our business or the startup also a sustainable one. While considering the cost structure, we have identified that 3 main cost drivers, or we may call that as fundamental cost drivers also. For that cloud service we are outsourcing, we must pay some kind of proportionate cost, and also the customized dustbins, installation cost, maintenance cost, and for making those customized dustbins. And the key main strategy goes on by marketing. That means B2B marketing. That means we have to consult those businesses that are interested in doing business with us, and so on. And also, talking about the revenue stream, the how we can earn money. This is not a non-profit organization, but through the subscription fee, that we have an idea of dividing the subscription fee into 3 packages, namely monthly, semi-annual, and annual. And also from the bidding system also, which is a volume dependent, we do acquire 5 to 10% from the total amount. And also pay-per-click and also the advertisements may turn our business more financially feasible and financially healthier. As per the future extensions, we would like to integrate search engine optimization, because if somebody search for waste disposal, in order to keep our Basura in the top of the search engine list, we are working with the search engine optimization algorithms, and also for the usability, for the best usability experience, we customize a mobile application with the implementation of Google Analytics into the system. And remember, I'm repeatedly saying, we are not selling garbage, we are selling information. For that premium customers, we give premium options in our site. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you to Team Versians. And now we have the opportunity for the judges to interact with Team Versians.
I seem to be asking the first questions with everyone.
Always.
So I just going to ask you rapid fire quick questions, right? So I just for my information. How much does a regular garbage can cost?
A regular plastic garbage can, that means about a volume of 5 liters, it costs about 2,500 rupees.
So when this is something that you can retrofit to that garbage can, or you have to produce this?
The toolkit that has been integrated into the system is a portable device. Therefore, that it can be customized to any dustbin. But we are customizing, we are designing customized dustbin because for that particular user request dimensions, those customized dustbin will be more suitable with our applications and equipments.
Right. So this is not a retrofitting. It is a custom dustbin that you'll build.
Yes.
Right. So that's a 5-liter dustbin.
No. It depends on the relevant industry and the user's request. That means, for example, if Holcim requests us a dustbin, that means if they have waste, therefore their dimension is not 5 liters but 50 liters. Therefore, we're going to implement and design a very specific customized dustbins to them.
Is it plastic or is it metal?
For now, we are targeting for metal.
Metal cans.
Aluminium foil dustbin, because it is long lasting than plastic.
So you have manufacturers in Sri Lanka for this? Or
yes.
Where do you get this from?
in Sri Lanka, we have identified some potential designers through the computer-aided manufacturing and computer-aided design. Therefore, with our personal, that means communication, we could collaborate and build up a business.
So your responses to me so far gives me the indication that you have not gone beyond conceptual design on this. You have not looked at commercial viability, you have not looked at costs, you have not looked at distribution, you have not looked at any of those things. Is that right?
Absolutely, sir. We just build up the concept
Okay. Right.
and we identify the relevant market.
Asanka, I have a question here. Now, all of the things that are the extraneous trappings of collecting garbage, these are already being done by very many people. Yes. That is not your value proposition. Yes. Your value proposition is a bidding system.
Yes.
And your bidding system, as far as I understand, this is targeting places where there is a large accumulation of garbage. This is not domestic users, no. You're not looking at a 5-liter guy, no. You're looking at people in high-rise buildings or in large institutions or in hospitals or so on and so forth. Yes. In which case, a telephone and a phone book would do the same thing, right? You can just work the bidding system of that, because we have a very limited number of people in the category that you're targeting. Am I right?
Yes, of course.
In which case, how do you see the relevance of this in the long term as a monetized, profitized business with all these trappings? You don't need that. It's all already there. You don't need to construct that annual can. You can get Apico to do it for you. Or you can, make the high-rise building operator call that fellow and say, if you have it like this, we can make sure that the garbage is sold, from point to point. Yeah?
Yes. For that question, sir, that is basically partnerships you are talking about. But in our system, there is a visibility of the waste. That means if the user is targeting plastic, there are a list of polythene trash indicators that with the relevant scales and the progress levels. Therefore, assume one user wants to purchase a bulk of, assume 2 tons of plastic. From one partner, he could not purchase that kind of bulk garbage. Therefore, with our system, they can optimize and also synchronize the vendors and also have the optimal route to find that garbage.
With much larger systems, say for example in the commodities market, the same thing is done with telephone calls and phone books, right? I mean, taking people who have a certain amount of a given product across the world and looking at, that is the supply side, and looking at the demand side and the demand requirement. All these guy does is as a broker, he sits in the middle and he puts these people in touch with that guy. And that has been done with a phone and a telephone. He has his contacts. He just needs to maintain a database himself. Because these guys don't really need to know who the vendor is, and the vendor doesn't need to know who the supplier is. He just needs the product, the raw material. And you are saying, okay, this guy wants 30 tons of plastic, we have 30 tons of plastic, we'll give it to you. And you can do that on a phone.
It's actually, when the person who owns the dustbin, when it is filled, he call for the person who are the clean them. But in this case, if you want to collect in according to the requirement, we can just check the available loads, and we can also compare the cleanness. Actually, if there is a polythene or clear polythene, according to the ranking system, we can identify it is clean or mixed with other materials. That's another advantage.
No, the real problem is, in most of you all new innovators, you all have fantastic ideas, but you don't know where your real innovative proposition is. Now your real depth, the wow factor is in your bidding system, right? Yes. So it's a unique, very important solution to this country, and hats off to that. But you are trying to dilute that wowness from something unwanted, I can see, because see now we all electronics engineers. We are very happy to put little bit of things here and there and give unwanted complexities into our designs. Now your bidding system is world class, no doubt about it. Imagine I have a factory and I'm a garbage creator. I register with your bidding system and I run my garbage dumps in my factory. So I invest. Once it gets filled, as he said, what he wants to say is that once I segregate it properly, clean garbage, nicely segregated, and I give you a call. Then you activate the bidding system. That is your real innovative part. Now you are trying to give another weight to the end user by giving an expensive electronic device. Then your mean time between failures to failure rates to various things will come into the picture. Then the reliability issue comes. We know how our garbage collectors operate or handle these garbage dumps. So it's going to be a real hard design and it's going to be expensive. So if it is very expensive, I might not register with your service, right? And that, is it for me or is it for you? Oh, it's for me, okay, sorry. Okay, so that is the problem. Your design is fantastic, your idea is fantastic, but you are trying to give the prominence into something else.
Thank you very much. I'm afraid that's all the time we have for the judges and you, Team Versus. Come on, put your hands together for Bazura, developed by Team Versus. Okay. Inspire Sri Lanka, the grand finals. And we enjoyed the presentations of 3 teams, 2 more to go. And I couldn't complete this selfie story I was talking about. Now, why I told about selfie is you have the opportunity of taking a selfie at whatever time, tonight or early in the morning. And you need to take a selfie with the Mcash mascot. Now, there is a Mcash mascot set up outside. Right? Now, after you take that selfie, you need to upload that selfie to the Mcash page. Hashtagging Google I.O. or hashtag Mcash. You can upload. Now, there will be 3 people selected from those photos, and you'll be notified. And if you're notified, what you do is go to the Mcash counter and get your Mcash 10,000 rupees. So this is a revolutionary product from Mobitel. And in a very short period of time, Mcash has definitely captured the market and hearts and minds of people because your phone has now become your virtual wallet. ගෙදර නෝනා අමතක වුණත්, ගෙදර මහත්තයා අමතකලා ගියත්, ගෙදර එහෙම නැත්නම් ගර්ල්ෆ්‍රෙන්ඩ් නැත්නම් බොයිෆ්‍රෙන්ඩ් අමතකලා ගියත් කවුරුත් ෆෝන් එක නම් අමතක කරලා යන්නේ නැහැ because a phone has become a නැතුවම බැරි gadget in your lives and so make your phone a virtual wallet so that it'll make it very easy for your transactions and Mcash has the technology. So that's a great platform that you can use. It's up and ready for you to use. So those are the prizes from Mcash, 10,000 rupee Mcash prizes, each for 3 lucky people. So I think we are set and ready for the 4th presentation. We have all 5. We're getting ready for the 4th presentation, judges, ladies and gentlemen. And it's time to invite for their presentation Agro Inventors. Put your hands together for Agro Inventors.
ආයුබෝවන් සුබ සන්ධ්‍යාවක් වේවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ සියලු දෙනාටම. අපි ඉදිරිපත් කරන උපකරණය තමයි සේෆ් ඇග්‍රි කියන උපකරණය. මේ උපකරණය ඉදිරිපත් කරේ අද වන විට වගා කටයුතු වලදී බෙහෙවින්ම කෘමිනාශක සහ වසවිස භාවිතා කරනවා. ඒ වසවිස වලට කෘමිනාශක වලට හොඳ විසඳුමක් විදිහට අපේ දේශීය බෙහෙත් ද්‍රව්‍ය උපයෝගී කරගෙන සතුන් පළවා හැරීමේ උපකරණයක් විදිහට තමයි මේ සේෆ් ඇග්‍රි කියන උපකරණය අපි හඳුන්වලා දෙන්නේ. අපි බලමු අතීතයේ අපේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාව තුල වගා කටයුතු කරේ කොහොමද කියලා. අතීතයේ අපේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාව තුළ ප්‍රධාන කන්න දෙකක් තිබුණා යල කන්නේ සහ මහ කන්නේ කියලා. මේ යල කන්නේ සහ මහ කන්නේදී වී ගොවිතැන ඊට අමතරව ගොඩ ගොවිතැනේදී එළවලු සහ පළතුරු වගාවන් වලදී නොඑක් ගැටලු මතුවුණා මේ කෘමිනාශක සහ වසවිස වලින් තොරව සත්තු පළව හරින්න කොහොමද කියන එකට. ඒ හැම විසඳුමක් දෙන්න පුළුවන් අවස්ථාවක් තිබුණේ නැහැ. කෘමිනාශක තමයි ඒකට සතුන් පළව හැරීමට හොඳ විසඳුම විදිහට ඒගොල්ලෝ බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ ගොවීන්. ගොවියාගේ අරමුණ වෙන්නේ වැඩි අස්වැන්නක් ලබා ගන්න. ඉතින් මේ අස්වැන්න ලබා ගන්න ගොවියා සතුන් පළව හරින්නට තියෙන ලෙහෙසිම ක්‍රමය උපයෝගී කර ගන්නවා. අපි මේ සේෆ් ඇග්‍රි කියන උපකරණය හඳුන්වලා දෙන්නේ කුඹුරු වගාවට සහ එළවලු පළතුරු වගාවන් වලට. අපි දන්නවා අද වෙන විට වගා කටයුතු වලදී බෙහෙවින්ම කෘමිනාශක සහ වසවිස භාවිතා කරනවා. ඒකෙදි පරිසරයේ ජෛව විවිධත්වය එහෙම් පිටින්ම නැති වෙනවා. වගාවන් වලට හිතකර සහ අහිතකර සතුන් ඉන්නවා. මේ සතුන් සම්පූර්ණ පරිසරයේ සමතුලිතතාවය රැකගන්න බෙහෙවින්ම අත්‍යවශ්‍ය වෙනවා. අපි දන්නවා කුඹුරු වගාවේදී වතුර බඳිනකොට ඒ ලියදිවල මාළු ඉන්නවා. අද වන විට කෘමිනාශක අධිභාවිතය නිසා ලියදිවල මාළු වෙනුවට මදුරු පණුව හැදිලා තියෙනවා. මොකද ඒ අර පරිසරයේ සම්පූර්ණ ජෛව විවිධත්වය එහෙම් පිටින්ම කන පිට හැරිලා තියෙනවා මේ අධිභාවිත කරන රසායනික ද්‍රව්‍ය නිසා. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් විශාල ප්‍රමාණයෙන් වගා කටයුතු කරනකොට ගුවන් යානා පවා යොදාගෙන කෘමිනාශක ඉහින මට්ටමට අද වර්තමානය වෙන විට පත් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම අපි භාවිතා කරන කෘමිනාශක සහ එම අඩංගු කුප්පි පරිසරයට එකතු කිරීමේදී එය ස්වභාවික බොන අපි භාවිතයට ගන්න ජලයට මුසු වෙලා ඒක පරිසරයේ විනාශ වෙලා යන තත්ත්වයට පත් වෙලා තියෙනවා. අපි අද භාවිතා කරනකොට මේ කෘමිනාශක සහ වසවිස අපි කන ආහාර වේලෙදී මොන තරම් රසායනික ද්‍රව්‍ය ප්‍රමාණයක් අන්තර්ගත වෙලාද කියන එක අපිට කියන්නට නොහැකි. අපි gedara වගා කරොත් පමණයි අපිට 100%ක් වසවිස වලින් තොරයි කියන එක තහවුරු කිරීමේ හැකියාව තිබෙන්නේ. අපි ඇහැට පේනවා මේකට මොනතරම් රසායනික ද්‍රව්‍යයක් දානවද නැද්ද කියන එක අපි 100%ක් සහතික වෙන්නේ අපේ gedara නිෂ්පාදනය කරන කෑමට බීමට ගන්න එළවලු සහ පළතුරු වලින් පමණයි. අපි ඉතිහාසයේ පාරම්පරිකත්වය විනාශ නොකර මේ පාරම්පරික ක්‍රමවේදයන් නව තාක්ෂණයේ මුසු කරලා අපි නිර්මාණය කරා සේෆ් ඇග්‍රි කියන උපකරණය. මේ සේෆ් ඇග්‍රි කියන උපකරණය ප්‍රධාන කොටස් 4කින් සමන්විත වෙනවා. චොපින් මෙකනිසම් එක අපි ඒක භාවිතා කරන්නේ අපි ගන්න ස්වභාවික ද්‍රව්‍ය එකට මිශ්‍ර කිරීම සඳහා මේ උපකරණය අපි භාවිත කරනවා. ඊට අමතරව ඇරෝමා ඩිෆියුසර් යුනිට් එක භාවිතා කරන මේක වාතයට මුසු කිරීම සඳහා. ඊට අමතරව ෆ්ලෑෂ් ලයිට් සිස්ටම් එකක් භාවිතා කරනවා සතුන් පළවා හැරීමට රාත්‍රී කාලයේදී පැමිණෙන. ෆ්‍රීකවෙන්සි යුනිට් එක හයි ෆ්‍රීකවෙන්සි ඉන්සෙට් රිෆලන්ට් යුනිට් එක භාවිත කරනවා අපි එළවලු වලට සහ පළතුරු වලට පැමිණෙන සතුන් පළවා හැරීමට. ඒ සියල්ල එකතු කරලා හදපු සේෆ් ඇග්‍රි කියන උපකරණය මේක. මේ උපකරණය අපි හඳුන්වලා දුන්නේ මුලින්ම කුඹුරු වගාවට. කුඹුරු වගාවේ වෙන හානිය වළක්වා ගැනීමෙන් පස්සේ එළවලු වලට සහ පළතුරු වලට එන සතුන්ගෙන් මේ වගාවන් ආරක්ෂා කරගන්නේ කොහොමද කියන ගැටලුව මතුවුණා. ඒ ගැටලුවට හොඳ විසඳුමක් විදිහට තමයි අපි අලුත්ම තාක්ෂණය මුසු කරලා හදපු සේෆ් ඇග්‍රි කියන උපකරණය තියෙන්නේ. දැන් ඔබ ඉදිරියේ මේ දිස් වෙන්නේ මේ සේෆ් ඇග්‍රි කියන උපකරණය. දැන් මේ සේෆ් ඇග්‍රි කියන උපකරණය ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන්නේ සෝලා පැනල් එකක් හරහා. මේ උපකරණයට විදුලිය ලබා ගැනීම සඳහා 12 වෝල්ට් වලින් වැඩ කරන මේ උපකරණය සම්පූර්ණ ස්වභාවික ද්‍රව්‍ය අපි උපයෝගී කරගෙන ගන්න මේකට කොහොඹ දහස් පෙතිය මදුරුතලා, කප්පරවල්ලිය වගේ ස්වභාවික ಜಾති මේ ಜಾති එකට එක අනුපාතයට අරගෙන ඒ එකට එක අනුපාතයට ගත්තු ද්‍රාවණය මේ උපකරණයට ඇතුළට සම්බන්ධ කිරීමෙන් පස්සේ මිලිලීටර් 20ක ප්‍රමාණයක් මේකට ගබඩා කිරීමේ හැකියාව තිබෙනවා. මේ සතියක පමණ කාලයකට ප්‍රමාණවත්. මේ හඳුන්වලා දෙන්නේ කුඹුරු වගාවේදී ගොයන් මැස්සන් පළවා හැරීමට යලකන්නේ සහ මහකන්නේදී ගොඩක්ම ගොයන් මැස්සන්ගෙන් වන හානිය වැඩි වෙන්නේ යලකන්නේදී. යලකන්නේට තමයි ගොයන් මැස්සන් යුස උරා බොන්න එන්නේ. එතකොට ඒ වෙන්නකොට කෘමිනාශක භාවිතය පමණයි දැනට තිබෙන්නේ. ඒකට හොඳ විසඳුමක් විදිහට තමයි මේ සේෆ් ඇග්‍රි උපකරණේ අපි ස්වභාවික ಜಾති මුසු කරලා මෙන්න මේ යටින් ඇරෝමා එක හරහා වාතයට මුදා හැරීම සිදු කරන්නේ. මේකේ ඊළඟ උපකරණයේ විදිහට අපි හඳුන්වලා දෙනවා ෆ්ලෑෂ් ලයිට් සිස්ටම් එක. ෆ්ලෑෂ් ලයිට් සිස්ටම් එක මේ උපකරණය සම්පූර්ණ ස්වයංක්‍රීයව ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන්නේ. රාත්‍රී කාලයේදී කුඹුරේ හානි කරන්න එනවා සේරු කියන සත්තු జాතියක්. දැනට භාවිතා කරන්නේ පන්දම් පැත්වීම සහ රචින්න දැමීම. ඊට අමතරව ඒකට විසඳුමක් නැහැ. ඒ වෙනුවට හොඳ විසඳුමක් විදිහට තමයි අපි මේ සේෆ් ඇග්‍රි කියන උපකරණය හඳුන්වලා දීලා තියෙන්නේ. මේක එකින් එක සිස්ටම් එකෙන් සිස්ටම් එකට මැනුවල් ඔන් ඔෆ් කරන්න ස්විච් යොදලා තියෙනවා. නමුත් වගා කටයුතු වලදී ගොවියට අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ මේ උපකරණයේ ප්‍රධාන ස්විච් ඔන් කිරීම පමණයි. ඒ ඉතිරි සියල්ල මේ උපකරණය වගේ ස්වයංක්‍රීයව සිදු කිරීම වෙනවා. එතකොට මිලිලීටර් 20ක් අපි මේකට ගත්ත ස්වභාවික ද්‍රාවණය ඇතුළට ගබඩා කිරීමෙන් අනතුරුව අඩි 20ක 20ක වගේ පරතරයක මෙම සුවඳ විහිදීම හරහා ගොයන් මැස්සන් වීගොවිතැනේදී පළවා හැරීමට සහ එළවලු සහ පළතුරු වලදී පළතුරු මැස්සන් පළවා හැරීමේ හැකියාව තිබෙනවා. ඊට අමතරව මේ උපකරණයට ෆ්‍රීකවෙන්සි යුනිට් එකක් භාවිතා කරලා තිබෙනවා. ඒ ෆ්‍රීකවෙන්සි යුනිට් එක භාවිතා කරලා තිබෙන්නේ රාත්‍රී කාලයේදී පැමිණෙන සතුන්ගෙන් පළතුරු වලට වෙන හානිය අවම කිරීමට. ඒ කියන්නේ වවුලන් වගේ සතුන් රාත්‍රී කාලයේදී පැමිණෙනවා. ඒ සතුන් පළවා හැරීමේ හැකියාව මේ සේෆ් ඇග්‍රි කියන උපකරණේ අපි අත්හදා බලලා තිබෙනවා ප්‍රායෝගිකව. 2014 2015 සහ 2016 කියන මේ අවුරුදු තුනේම මේ උපකරණය අපි ප්‍රායෝගිකව අත්හදා බලලා තිබෙනවා. ඊටමත් සන්තෝෂයි කියන්නේ මේ වන විට ශ්‍රී ලංකා කෘෂිකර්ම දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවෙන් මේ උපකරණය ප්‍රායෝගිකව සාර්ථක ප්‍රතිඵල ලැබිලා තියෙන බවට සහතික කරලා තියෙනවා. ඉන් අනතුරුව මේ උපකරණය අපි මේ අපේ පොඩි උපකරණය මේකේ අඩි 20ක 20ක ප්‍රමාණයක් සතුන් පළවා හැරීමේ හැකියාව තිබෙන්නේ. අපි විශාල උපකරණයක් හදලා තිනවා ඒක අක්කරයක පමණ ප්‍රමාණයකට ප්‍රමාණවත් වෙන පරිදි. ඉතින් මේ උපකරණය ගැන සඳහන් කරපුවාම කිසිදු ජීවියෙක් මරන්නේ නැතුව ඒ ජීවීන්ව පළවා හැරීමක් පමණයි මේ උපකරණයෙන් සිදු කරන්නේ. එතකොට පරිසරයේ ජෛව විවිධත්වය විනාශ වෙන්නේ නැහැ. සමතුලිතතාවය රැකෙනවා. ඒ වගේම පසට අවශ්‍ය කරන ජීවීන් රැඳෙනවා. අපේ දේශීය ක්‍රමවේදයන් ආරක්ෂා වෙන පරිදි තමයි මේ උපකරණය නිර්මාණය කරලා තිබෙන්නේ. අපි මේ සේෆ් ඇග්‍රි කියන උපකරණය ප්‍රායෝගිකව වගා කටයුතු වලදී භාවිතා කරන්නේ එල්ලුම් ආධාරකයක් උපයෝගී කරගෙන. එතකොට මේ උපකරණයේ හැඩය සහ ඒ නිර්මාණය කරලා තිබෙන ආකාරය වගා කටයුතු වලට ඉතාමත් පහසු ආකාරයට ගොවියට පරිශීලනය කිරීමේ හැකියාව තිබෙන පරිදි මේ නිර්මාණය කරලා තිබෙන්නේ. ඉතින් අපේ අනාගත බලාපොරොත්තුව මේක උපකරණය ව්‍යාපාරයක් විදිහට කරගෙන යනවා නම් අපි මුලින්ම වී වගාවට මෙවැනි උපකරණ නිර්මාණය කරලා 160ක් පමණ වගාවට වී වගාවට නිර්මාණය කරලා ඉදිරිපත් කරනවා. ඊට අමතරව වෙජිටබල් එළවලු සහ පළතුරු වලට ඊට අමතරව වෙනත් වගාවන් වලට අපි මේ නිර්මාණය ඉදිරිපත් කරනවා. මේ කෘමිනාශක සහ වසවිස වලින් තොරව නිර්මාණය කරව මේ නිර්මාණයට රටේ ලොකු වෙනසක් කරන්නට පුළුවන් වෙයි කියලා මම විශ්වාස කරනවා. මොකද ඉදිරි අනාගතයේදී වකුගඩු රෝගය මේ වන විට විශාල ප්‍රමාණයෙන් වර්ධනය වෙලා තිබෙනවා. ඒකට එක් හේතුවක් විදිහට අධිභාවිත කරන රසායනික ද්‍රව්‍ය හේතුවක් වෙනවා. ඉතින් මම බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා මේ නිර්මාණය මගේ රටට දායාද කරන්න. බෙහෙවින්ම ස්තුතියි.
ස්තුතිය. කෙටි වෙලාවක් විනාඩි 8ක කාලයක් තිබෙනවා විනිශ්චය මණ්ඩලයට අවශ්‍ය ප්‍රශ්නයක් යොමු කරන්න.
අnder පුතේ මම අහන්න තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ තමයි දැන් ඔයා මේකට පාවිච්චි කරන අමුද්‍රව්‍ය තියෙනවනේ. ඔය මොනවද මේ පාවිච්චි තලා වර්ග පාවිච්චි කරනවා කොහොම යනදී. එතකොට මේවා අමුද්‍රව්‍ය හැටියට අරගත්තා මේ කොච්චරක් අවශ්‍යද මේක හදාගන්න කොච්චර ගාණක් ඔබතුමාට යනවද කියන එක පුතේ.
මේකට අපි අඩි 20ක 20ක වගේ පරතරයකට මිලිලීටර් 20ක් තමයි ඕන වෙන්නේ. ඒකදී දහස් පෙතිය මදුරු තලා කප්පරවල්ලිය කුරුඳු ඒ වගේ ස්වභාවික ಜಾති අරගන්නකොට ඒ හරහා මේ වෙනම වක්‍ර රැකියා ප්‍රමාණයක් ඇති කරන්නට පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ මැෂින් එක හදලා විකුණනට අමතරව වෙනම කුප්පි කරලා ඒ ස්වභාවික බෙහෙත් ද්‍රව්‍ය විකුණන්නට පුළුවන්. ඒකෙදී කෘමිනාශක භාවිතා කරන මුදලට වඩා ඉතාමත් අඩු මුදලක් රුපියල් 100ක වගේ මුදලකින් අපිට ඒ ස්වභාවික බෙහෙත් ද්‍රව්‍ය ටික නිෂ්පාදනය කර ගැනීමේ හැකියාව තිබෙනවා.
ඒක මේ වගේ availability එක කියන්නේ කොච්චරක් මේවා දැන් අපි ගත්තොත් එimhe කුරුඳු වගේ දේවල් රටවටේ නැහැනේ. ඒවා යම් තැන් වල නෙමෙයි වෙන්නේ. එතකොට වෙනින් තැනකින් මේ තැනකට මේක ප්‍රවාහණය කරනකොට එතනක් තියෙන ප්‍රවාහන ගාස්තුවක් එහෙම එනවන්නේ නේද? එතකොට ඔයාගේ මෙතන මේක පාවිච්චි කරන්න මේක අර ගන්න මික්ස් එක තියෙනවනේ. ඒ මික්ස් එක හදන්න ඔයාට යන ඇත්තට කොස්ට් එකත් එක තමයි මගේ ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ.
සාමාන්‍යයෙන් සම්පූර්ණ බෙහෙත් ද්‍රව්‍ය ටික ඔක්කොම එකතු කරලා මිලිලීටර් 1000ක වගේ ප්‍රමාණයක් හදාගත්තොත් රුපියල් 1500ක් 2000ක් වගේ මුදලක් යන්නේ. හැබැයි ඒකෙන් පසුව මේ කෘමිනාශක සහ වසවිස නැතුව ගන්න අපේ එළවලු වලට සහ පළතුරු වලට නම් නැත්නම් හාල් වලට නම් හාල් කිලෝ එක මගෙන් රුපියල් 10ට ඉල්ලලා තිනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ වසවිස නැතුව වවන හාල් ඒ කියන්නේ පිටරට යවන්න ලංකාව තුළ රුපියල් 200ට ඉල්ලලා තියෙනවා. මේ අවුරුද්දේ දෙසැම්බර් වෙනකොට මට හාල් කිලෝ 500ක් මිනුවන්ගොඩ ගොවිජන සේවා දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවෙන් ඉල්ලලා තියෙනවා. ඒක ඒගොල්ලෝගේ බදාද පොළ තියෙනවා. ඒකට විකුණන්න. ඊට අමතරව ලබන අවුරුද්දේ මාර්තු සහ අප්‍රේල් වෙනකොට කිලෝ 10ක් ඉල්ලලා තියෙනවා.
හරි ඒක බොහොම ස්තුතියි. thank you.
අරුණ බොහොම සන්තෝෂයි. ඉස්සර අපිත් එක්ක මම පළවෙනි සැරේට මේක කරන එක දැක්ක වෙලාවේ ඔයාට තිබ්බේ ලොකු උපකරණේ විතරයි. දැන් පොඩි එකක් හදලා තියෙනවා. ඊට හොඳට ඒක නිර්මාණය කරලා තියෙන බව පේනවා. ඔයා කිව්වා වගේම මේක ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නයක්. හැමෝටම මේකට විසඳුමක් අවශ්‍යයි. ලංකාවේ අපි මේ වසවිස එක්වීමෙන් අපිට හුඟක් ලෙඩ රෝග හැදෙනවා. ඒකේ තව නොකවන. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ ඉදිරියට එන ප්‍රශ්න තව හුඟක් වැඩි. ඒ හන්දා මේක කරන එක හුඟක් හොඳයි. මට ඇත්තටම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. එහෙනම් මම මේක කලින් දැකලා තියෙන ඉඳ මම ඔයාලට සුබ පතනවා. මේක හොඳින් කරගෙන යන්න. අපි හැමෝටම අවශ්‍ය දෙයක් මේ දැනට ඔය ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන ගමන ගැන ඉතාමත් ආඩම්බරයි. ඉස්සරහටත් හොඳට කරගෙන යන්න.
හරි බොහොම ස්තුතියි.
මට ඇත්තටම වචන නැහැ කියන්න. මොකද හේතුව දැන් මේ මම මෙතන ඉන්න හතරේ ඔය ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක කරන අතරේ මේගොල්ලෝ මට කෑ ගහ හිටියා. මොකද මම මගේ වෘත්තීය වශයෙන් කරන්නේ මම විද්‍යාඥයෙක් වශයෙන් රසායනික ද්‍රව්‍ය හදනවා. නමුත් අපේ රටේ අපි හැමතිස්සෙම අපේ මුල් නැති කරගන්නේ නැතුව ඕක කරේ. නමුත් අපි හැමදාමත් බලාපොරොත්තුෙන් හිටියේ මේ වගේ දේවල් එළියට එනකම්. අපේ අවුරුදු 2500ක ඉතිහාසයක් නෙමෙයි අපිට තියෙන්නේ. අවුරුදු 5000කට කලින් අපේ ඔය රාවණ රජුගේ කාලේ ඉඳන් ඒ හැදිලා එන ඒ තියෙන දැනුම ඔය වගේ කෙනෙක්ගෙන් කුඹුරට බැහැලා වැඩ කරලා ඔයා ඇවිල්ලා කියන්නේ අපි වගේ ලැබ් එකේ කරන වැඩ නෙමෙයිනේ. ඔයා ඇවිල්ලා කියන්නේ කුඹුරට බැහැලා අස්වැන්න කපලා ඒක කිරලා ගන්න සන්තෝෂෙන් එන නිර්මාණයක්. ඒක ගැන මට කියන්න වචන නැහැ. ඔය මධ්‍යස්ථ ගමනක් අපිට යන්න වෙනවා. ඔය වගේ දේවල් ඉස්සරහට තව ආවොත් ඔයා ගිය පාර එනකොට කඩදාසියක් ගෙනාවේ නැහැනේ අපිට. ඔයා මීට කලින් අපිට අවුරුද්දකට කලින් හම්බ වෙනකොට ඔයාට ඔය දීපු කඩදාසිය තිබුණේ නැහැ. දැන් ඔයා ඒ ගමන ගිහින් කඩදාසියකුත් එක්ක මේක වැලිඩේට් කරගෙන ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවානේ. ඉතින් මේක ගැන කියන්න වචන නැහැ පුතා. කරන්න තියෙන එකම දේ ගොඩක් අය ඕකට ගොඩක් දේවල් කියයි. ඕක කරන්න බෑ, ඕක මෙහෙමයි කියලා. ඔය කිලෝ 500 තව අවුරුද්දකින් කිලෝ 5000ක් වුණොත් ඒතන විතරයි ජයග්‍රහණය තියෙන්නේ. අපි ඉන්න ඕකට සපෝට් කරන්න.
මම හිතන්නේ ඔක්කොමලම්ගෙම ඒ පැතිසුම ලැබුණා. මම හිතන්නේ ඒක තමයි අවශ්‍ය දේ. අපේම දෙයක් අපිට කොහොමද නිර්මාණය කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන. හැබැයි දැන් ඕක රටට ලෝකයට ගෙනියනකොට අපි මේ වෙළඳ පැත්තට නැත්නම් කමර්ෂල් පැත්තත් පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න ඕනේ. දැන් අපි ඔය වගේ උපකරණයක් හදනකොට ඒකට කොහොමද මෝල්ඩ් එක හදාගන්නේ? ඒ වගේ යන වියදම. එතකොට මෙතුමා කිව්වා වගේ ඕකට අවශ්‍ය කරන මිශ්‍රණය අපි හදාගන්නේ කොහොමද? ඒක අපි කියන්නේ විශාල පරිමාණයෙන් කොහොමද නිපදවන්නේ කියන එක. මොකද ඒ දෙක හරියට ගැලපුණේ නැත්නම් ඔයාලට ඒ කියන්නේ ගොඩක් ගෙනියන්න බෑ. අපි කියන්නේ එතුමා කිව්වා වගේ 500 5000 වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඊගාට රටේම ඉන්න ගොවියන් මේක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. අපි මම හිතන්නේ රටක් වශයෙන් උත් අපි මේ වසවිස නැති දෙයක් ආහාර හදන්න ගොඩක් දේවල් බලනවා. අපි විශාල වශයෙන් මුදල් වියදම් කරනවා කෘෂි රසායන ගේන. මම හිතන්නේ මේ වගේ දෙයක් ඉදිරියට ගෙනියන්න ලොකු අවශ්‍යතාවයක් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඔයාටත් මේක දැන් ගොඩක් ගමනක් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. හැබැයි මේ වගේ දේවලුත් ඒ කමර්ෂල් පැත්තත් පොඩ්ඩක් බැලුවොත් මම හිතන්නේ බොහොම ඉක්මනින් මේක වෙළඳ පොළට ගෙනියන්න හැකියාවක් ලැබෙයි කියලා මම හිතනවා. සුවපතනවා.
බොහොම ස්තුතියි සර්.
අරුණම අපි ඇත්තටම දැක්කා කලින් වසරකට කලින් ඉඳලාම ඔයා දිගින් දිගටම තාක්ෂණය එකතු කරගෙන ඉස්සරහට යනවා. හුඟක් වෙලාවට තනියම ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. ඉතින් ඒවා හොඳ ලකුණු. ඇත්තටම හොඳ නිර්මාණකරුවෙක්ගේ. මට ඔකට උපදේශයක් හරි දෙන්න තියෙන්නේ. දැන් අපි කියන ප්‍රෙසිෂන් ඇග්‍රිකල්චර් කියලා. දැන් ඔබ මේ ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක කරනකොට මමත් අපි කතා කරා මේක ඩ්‍රෝන් එකකින් අරගෙන උඩට ගෙනියලා ලොකු කුඹුරයායක මේ තනි උපකරණයකින් ආවරණය කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි. ඒ ගැනත් හිතන්න. ඒ වගේම මොකද දැන් ඔය උපකරණයේ යම්කි සීමාවක් ඇතුළේනේ වැඩ ගන්න. එතකොට ලොකු කුඹුරයායක් ගැන කතා කරනකොට ඔය වගේ 100 ගාණක් පාවිච්චි කරනවාද එහෙම නැත්නම් කීපයක් අරගෙන ඩ්‍රෝන්ස් වලින් ගිහිල්ලා එක එක විකල්ප තියෙනවා කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒව ගැනත් හිතන්න. ඊළඟට දැන් ප්‍රෙසිෂන් ඇග්‍රිකල්චර් කියලා මම කිව්වේ මේ අර දැන් කුඹුරට පොරේ හිනකොට හැමතැනම හින්නේ නැතුව අවශ්‍ය තැන අඳුරගෙන එතනට හින එක. අන්න ඒ වගේ ඒවට වෙනම සෙන්සර්ස් තියෙනවා, වෙනම තාක්ෂණ තියෙනවා. ඒවත් ඉක්මනින් එකතු කරගෙන ඕක ඊටත් වඩා දියුණු කරන්න. බොහොම ස්තුතියි.
හරි සර්. thank you sir.
Judges, we are done. Inspire Sri Lanka අවසන් මහාතරගේ safe agri නිෂ්පාදනය කරපු agro inventors. Let's say thank you one more time. 4 presentations have been done. තව එකයි තියෙන්නේ because all in all we have 5 presentations and we have one more to go and thereafter we're done with the finals and then in a little while we'll be having the results announced. Okay. Now, while we get ready for the next one, we have another invitation to you because this is a special event. This is something very, very special, out of the ordinary, and this is an experience I'm sure you have been really looking forward to because it's happening for the 4th consecutive year, and